20 years ago, during the first Gulf War, the U.S. military boasted technological advances, leaving all armies of the world far behind. Indeed, we saw laser-guided missiles, latest generation tanks, and different stealth aircraft. The technological might of the U.S. Army was so big that it leaves some people thinking, even today, some people at the Capitol Hill, that the technological superiority of the United States Army is still there. But according to Pentagon's Undersecretary of Defense for Acquisitions, Technology and Logistics, Frank Kendall, who spoke last week at a dinner in Washington, this is no longer the case. Mr. Kendall suggested that while the U.S. budget, the U.S. defense budget is being cut every year, China's military budget is increasing by at least 12% annually. And in terms of both the quantity of arms and the quality of arms, China is rapidly catching up with the United States. Now, the good example of that would be the Chinese drone program. Just last week, the Xinhua news agency in China revealed that Beijing successfully tested a new system which could shoot drones out of the sky by means of a laser-guided system. And this happens while the U.S. military says that it only just got down to testing such a system in the United States with the help of Boeing Incorporation. Of course, this is not such a surprise to U.S. defense analysts. They've been saying for a long time that the Chinese army, the Chinese military has been growing very, very rapidly, and it's pretty much catching up with the United States, not only in terms of the quantity again, but in terms of the quality as well. This comes, of course, amid talks of this whole Asian-Pacific pivot, with some part of the U.S. military capabilities and some part of the U.S. military personnel being shifted into the Asian-Pacific region, fearing that China might use its newly built military might to provoke military conflicts in the region. We, of course, know that China has a lot of territorial claims around the U.S. Pacific, the Asian Pacific region, and some in Washington fear that China might actually use their latest war toys to try to fight for those lands. And of course, all this comes amid Barack Obama's visit to Beijing during the APEC summit. Will he be trying to find some common language with the Chinese leadership amid very harsh rhetoric which we've been experiencing over the past several years, with mutual accusations of cyber espionage and arms race and many, many others. So we'll see what comes out of it. But as it stands, the genuine concern among some defense analysts and even some officials inside the Pentagon that China may be overtaking the United States as the world's #1 military power. Alexei Rashevsky, RT, reporting from New York City.